Alright, so today's video is actually a little different than normal. I have one purpose. If any of the things that I describe you, if you're like, yeah, that's me, if something resonates with you, I want to hear from you. Because it seems like the common millennial experience is feeling like your life is directionless, and that's just no fun. So potentially, I'm going to do some sort of project about that, but I want to hear from people first, like, what is that like? And then, just seeing common experience sort of things. There are a lot of words used to describe millennials. Sometimes it's a joke, sometimes it's a critique, sometimes it's a serious thing. Here's a list of some of them. Feel free to comment with your favorite millennialisms below. Killing industries, gluten-free, entitled, snowflakes, ambitious, crippling debt, tech-savvy, restless, flaky, idealist, non-committal, obsessed with travel, selfies. But above all of that, I think one word that describes millennials is directionless. There's that lament of, I don't know what I want to do with my life. Or for the Christian, you get extra angst with, I don't know what God wants me to do with my life. Maybe your life feels out of control, or like you're drifting and you have no idea where you want to go, or like you're constantly behind. Like, that's so weird. Like, I'm always behind. This doesn't make any sense. How is it possible that I'm behind on everything? That's just weird. Maybe you do know where you want to go, but have no idea how to get there. Here's looking at you, vocation of marriage. Or maybe you do know how to get there and just don't do it. Like, especially with health things or financial things, like you've made a plan, here's what I'm supposed to do, and like 2 days later, just not happening. As a kid, you were really excited to grow up and be an adult, and now that you are one, you're like, oh no, I still don't know what I'm doing. I suck at this adulting thing, so you want an adultier adult to teach you how to adult. In college, I felt my own set of directionlessness by equating worth with achievement. That, it's a very good thing to get involved and to, make a difference with other students and stuff like that. But I did that so much because, like, well, if I do that, then I matter, which is bad. That isn't also a directionlessness thing, because I'm not being driven by the right thing. I'm being driven by, like, people affirming me and stuff like that, which can again be shallow. Does any of this describe you at all? If so, comment below. Like I said, I'm potentially doing some sort of project to do something about it, possibly even being that adultier adult for you. But first, I need to hear from you and understand, like, what is this like? What is your experience of it? What's especially frustrating about it? All of those sort of things. So go ahead and comment below. How did I first come across all this? Well, so I was a missionary on campus, on different college campuses for 5 years, and saw directionless a lot in lots of different forms. First, there's your classic undecided major, or starting as a major and like, wow, I hate that, switching to something else. Another form of directionlessness that's kind of hard to spot is pursuing something kind of dumb, but with reckless abandon. So going after the wrong sort of goals is a form of directionlessness, because like that's not a direction you really want to go in. And then when that thing doesn't work, trying it again, and trying it again, trying it harder, and it still doesn't work. If I had to sum that up in a word, empty. That people feel empty. And I think that's in part of our obsession with travel, like as a generation, like not that travel is bad, but for some people it's sort of like a religion that, if I travel, it will cure what ails me, like whatever it is. I'm not sure if that's true at all, but this is sort of like my reaction to it. So yeah. Not only did I see directionlessness in college students, I also saw it once people graduated. So not only my missionary peers, there was also that sense, especially of, I don't know what God wants me to do, especially long term. Like, I've done this missionary thing, like, it's like some amount of commitment, but probably not a forever commitment. But then also some of my college classmates I stayed in touch with. Like, now they're engineers, having pretty cool jobs, making quite a bit of money. Now what? And now it's an even bigger thing, like the stakes are higher. It's who to marry, where to live, like what do I do with my life, not just like what degree do I get. And that added pressure is not fun. Because when you're in college and high school and maybe even before that, you're like, I want to change the world. And now the question is, how? And there's this just, I don't really know. Because I think keeping in the theme with this channel and then with this blog is heroicness, being a hero. We want to be a hero. We don't want to even be the sidekick. We don't want to be the NPC that just has one line of dialogue and repeats it over and over again when the hero says things. We want to be the hero. We want to be Luke Skywalker. We want to take down Darth Vader. There's also that directionlessness of like, okay, I'm Luke Skywalker. Like, where do I go? Like, what planet do I go to? That sort of thing. And I think one thing that's driving this directionlessness is that we're trying to do it alone. Because as Americans, we're very independent. But I think as millennials, we also see independence as a very good thing, and it can be, except when you're having big problems that talking to other people would be helpful for. Like Luke Skywalker did not do things on his own. First he had Obi-Wan train him, and then Yoda, he actually left that training too early and wasn't really ready and then had to come back. So we need adultier adults. And I may potentially do something with that if there's interest. If you guys are like, whoa, yeah, this would be super cool. I definitely want to hear more. Comment below, email me, basically whatever form you're watching this on or reading this on, I want to hear from you. Yes, be a hero today.